So we are on part 31, and as of last episode, we got pretty much everything done. I mean, we got access to beacons, we got all the blocks we need to actually make beacons, item frame. Okay, so the item frame is still being weird. I guess they just load the thing separately, but I mean, we did everything. The only last thing is if I wanted to build a shulker farm here in the overworld, but like, no, not really, so I got everything I need. And you can see our funny like 6 beacon out there, and we've got our spare one too, which is great. I gotta put away this here. I'll throw it in here, it's gold, it counts, but yeah, now today we're just gonna be going into, well, we actually got a couple of things we need to do, mainly with some of the iron and all the other resources I have. We're gonna be making a furnace array. It's one of those standard old school ones. I've actually already gone ahead and like built like a little mock one in the in a creative world that I use for just various shit. So luckily it won't really be too long. It shouldn't be too long. That card is cobblestone. We'll be using like 16 furnaces and all that stuff. So it's really just a lot of like hoppers and like pretty much, yeah. So we're gonna need a lot of chest actually. So we were gonna have to go out and get some chests. Now we need hoppers, furnaces, minecart with chest, and then some of the different rails. Um, and then some like very basic like stuff. And yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. And as you can see here, we already got a ton of iron still. It's just the wood that I have to worry about a little bit. Which we don't really have, so we're gonna have to go out and get some wood. And also I need to figure out where to build this thing. Actually, we're gonna build it here. Yep, it's literally got the same amount and everything. But it won't really be anything too difficult, so. Yeah, my nose is a little stuffy today, so not really going to be talking quite as much just because, runny nose. I'm sniffling a lot. But it's nothing to really worry about, it's just kind of annoying, so. But yeah, I mean, like, look how much faster Haste 2 makes this stuff. I mean, seriously. I'd say that's pretty good. That should be enough space. I would be out just one more little layer, and then we'll just kind of get the furnaces put down, and then I'll have to go out and get a bunch of wood. We'll need to put down the powered rails. They have to be on a separate thing, so. But it's nothing really too difficult, so let's just kind of get it started, I guess. So. Here's our 8 furnaces. So all the output stuff goes directly into there. And then we've got our like fuel parts are going to go through the sides. So all this is going to be like hoppers that point in with chest on top. And then there's just going to be a bunch of hoppers up on top here. And then it's just going to be a minecart track that goes back and forth. So I have to do something like this really quick. Where our levers are going to be going, so where our powered rails go. And then we'll just do something like that just for some extra lighting. There we go. Okay, first of all, unappreciated. And it's time we blocked up some of this anyway, so considering it doesn't actually really do anything for me. I'm gonna block up all of it just a little bit. It's a little better. So we'll get all of our chests put into place, and then I guess we'll do the hoppers next or something to that effect. Oh, but I do have to put away a ton of this stone. There we go. I think I'm gonna need a normal shulker box for all this gray stone. Or not gray stone, I need to make it like dark gray or normal gray. No. Now we gotta have some spare gray dye. Yep, we do. We'll go ahead and make this gray. And this is where all of our normal stone is going to be going. Just so I get a little bit more space here to work with. There we go. And, okay. Go ahead and put our shulker boxes back. I don't need to put too many back, just a couple, so. Because we still need these. And now we need 2 minecarts. So we can make minecart with chest in them. So we'll go ahead and slip these back in. And then I need some powered rails. I don't have, and I need some normal rails, which I also don't have. So we'll go ahead and make those really quickly. After I double check, because we should just have the gold in here. I just have to go pick up the wood. We got another wandering trader. Also, hey, welcome back, Keely. How you doing? We're making a funny furnace array because I need to smelt a lot of glass very soon. And I don't want to just cram it in like you usually do, so now I have to do actual work and stuff, which, uh-oh. Carbon gold. I still need redstone. Oh, I'm doing fine. My nose is a little stuffy right now, but it'll be fine. It's just a little annoying is all. And I got my results back from that exam. I got a big fat 70 on it, so still technically counts as passing. I got an 80 in the class now, which is still pretty solid considering how hard it is. But it could be better. It could be a lot worse though, but still could be better. But I don't mind it. Just as long as I literally don't like fail it or something, I don't really have a lot to worry about. Let's see here. Boost there. This is definitely built into a weird spot. Thank you, appreciate the congrats. But I still got my final I gotta worry about too, which is like cumulative, and I'm not looking forward to it. But it ought to hopefully go a little better. I got no clue if it will or not, but we'll see when it happens. So, but I got plenty of time to study. Imagine practicing. Couldn't be me. Although I should actually probably practice stuff better in the future, to be honest. Because I kind of like vaguely like went over some stuff, and it definitely did help. But if I would have done it a little bit more, it probably would have saved me a grade. But it's alright. The output chest goes. And then these go here. And then I just need hoppers, a lot of them. Yeah, that's a future me problem. And it's not always good to leave stuff to yourself in the future, but usually there are some things you can always leave for later. Also, I don't know where this guy is, but I know he's around here somewhere. I want to see what he's got to trade with. Hey, there he is. What do you got? Anything? Nope. Oh, actually, yes. I want bucket of pufferfish. They're kind of a pain in the ass to get otherwise, so... And I want to have a couple of spares just in case. I'm going to try and get that How Did We Get Here achievement, and gotta have a pufferfish to do it. Yeah, it did, and I have no clue why. I managed to get it back up, but it took me a couple of minutes because like the music stopped. I was like, "Oh, that's funky," and then I went to go check, and it looks like my internet had cut out, which is awesome and cool. So I'm that happy that it cut out, but can't really do a lot about it. Pufferfish. Oh, now he dies. But yeah, my internet did cut out unfortunately, so can't really do a lot about it, but luckily there wasn't really too much that happened afterwards. Like I got the beacon like all dug out and then got all that done, and then that was pretty much it. I mean, because once I saw that it like screwed up, I just decided to stop until like, the next day, which it is now the next day, so hey, there we go. Shoot. I gotta condense this lapis. There we go. Keeping the puffer fish in here. Just for now, just because I don't want to have to deal with them. And that's not where that goes. I want to go pick up those emeralds I dropped up there. But yeah, I got the whole beacon beam dug out and all that, so I don't have really anything to worry about anymore, because even if I take like a lot of damage, like I did a half a heart because I have resistance, and then I regenerated it back instantly because I also get regeneration, so nothing's really gonna hurt. I have a totem in case I like die here, but I put water at the bottom anyway, so it doesn't actually matter. Well, except for that part there, so I have to climb down a little bit. Now we can just go. Yeah, this is just the funny beacon pyramid. It's all iron, because it doesn't need to be anything else. And conveniently enough, it's like 3 feet away from like the soul sand elevator that I already have, so I can actually get in and out of here pretty quickly. So I don't have to take that really long ladder all the way down to the bottom of the world. But it's a pretty nice thing to have, because now I can get some stuff done, and I've even got a spare one for when I go out into the mesa and all that. That'll be fun, and these need to be put away. I think literally it's just getting hoppers and chests now, so we'll have to go and get a ton of wood. That won't be too hard. We got an entire forest to go devastate. That'll be fine. Now we'll start chopping down some of this dark oak forest. Why not? It's earned it. Oh, true. Yeah, I should actually have a sorting system at some point because you can well, because you can kind of chain it together too with shulker boxes. Because if I can make a shulker shell farm here in the overworld that just actually is automatic, because I'm just gonna use shulker boxes to like bulk store everything. Because I didn't think I was gonna do that at first, but now it looks like I am. So now I have to actually sit down and think about building a shulker farm later. But if I can combine it with like a sorter or something, that could be really nice. Because but I'm fine enough at keeping stuff like organized, so it's not really too big a deal. But it would probably help. Although there's not really too much left to do other than like those kind of niche farms here and there. Like might make like a gold farm at some point, or like I want to like break up the monotony with like working on this big base, and I can just go work on another big base, which is Guardian Farms. But those ones are really boring and monotonous to the point where I don't even want to like think about it because it's just digging a hole in the ocean, but it's a very big hole and it's filling it. It's just sand, all sand. I don't really like that because I find that boring. So, but I digress. We'll just get some of this wood and then we'll head back. And yeah, but we're currently on day 266, so I've gotten quite a lot of work done in like that amount of time. I mean, there's pretty much nothing left in the game, honestly, that could really challenge me. So, well, it'll be different with 1.19 with the warden and all that. And I've actually got I'll do what I did in my old world, where like I'll go to the roof of the Nether and build like a nice boat path, like all the way, you know, like 1,000 blocks out. But oh well, it's just hopper stuff. The hardest part, honestly, about sorting systems is like making sure you had the stuff to build them, because there's so many YouTube tutorials for this kind of stuff. Like, you can follow it pretty easy, and I'm actually like fairly decent with redstone, so it ain't exactly difficult. But the hardest thing is getting all the iron for it, because it's so many hoppers, which I don't have to worry about, but I used to have to worry about that because wow, hoppers are not fun to get a lot of. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have to worry about sorting as long as I have like infinite shulker boxes, because like there's so many of them that I don't know if I'd ever actually use like a sorting system, to be honest. I mean, I might just give it a shot one day for shits and giggles, but it just kind of depends. Redstone is like I like it in the fact that like you don't have to have it like to actually like have fun with the game or do all this other stuff, but if you do have it, it does help. But a lot of there are like plenty of like genuinely talented individuals who know what the hell they're doing. Like with the raid farm that we've been to that got me all these totems and emeralds and all that. That all came from like one guy and like a very like in-depth like redstone tutorial. He explains everything and like with graphs and like actual shit that helps you like visualize it, and it's great. And there's a lot of people like that too for a lot of different things. So you don't have to like do it all completely by yourself. Like you can use like a YouTube guide for a lot of it, and it's very nice to have because there is no way I could be building any of that from memory or something like that. While it is sincerely a lot of work, and mad respect to the people who figure it out, but goddamn, oh, that's not a chest. I don't have the links yet. Here we go. We'll go ahead and get some of our hoppers, I guess. But the like the furnace stuff has been around for like years and years, which is like why I've known how to build it, because I've always like seen stuff like this every now and then. I just haven't done anything with these until now, so. But like this kind of stuff ain't really too bad. It's just you put a bunch of hoppers down and then easy money. I wish real brain power is gonna be in that big ass sphere, but yeah, they fucking giga brain honestly with some of that stuff, and it's very cool. But especially the stuff on like Sidecraft, like damn, that's crazy. See, I live in a dorm with like basically an industrial toilet more or less because like damn, they have to have a lot of water pressure for that stuff, but it's not too big a deal, luckily. Now, these hoppers should be the output ones. Okay, see, that wasn't supposed to connect like that, so I don't like that. I think I could dig it here, right? There we go. Yeah, I mean, toilets are funny. They make the funny noise, but dang, they are very loud sometimes. But just like that, we've already almost got all of it done, so the only part was making sure I got a chest for the hoppers, because now that I have an iron farm, I don't have to worry about this too much. So we gotta make a couple more that go up the top here, like 15 more, I think. So we'll just go ahead and do that real quick. Didn't take too long. That is 14. And am I at a chest? Oh no, I have 21 left. That should be enough. Oh, it's just a super smelter. So basically all it is I can smelt a lot of stuff really, really quickly. And that's very important because I need a lot of glass. Too much glass, in fact. So I have to build a whole machine just to do it for me because wow, I need way too much. Because again, I need like 50 of those shulker boxes worth of glass and it is a lot. So I gotta do what I can to kind of help alleviate that pressure. I think we're actually done, so we'll give it a test here in a bit. I'll have to worry about making it look a little nicer later, because I honestly don't really care, not gonna lie. I can worry about that for like big stuff when it actually matters, but for now it's just eh. But like our fuel goes into these ones, and then there's gonna be a minecart track up above here that has a bunch of minecarts. And then they actually drop off all the items and all that stuff for me to smelt, so it just makes it so I can smelt a lot of stuff really quickly. And yeah. What was I looking for again? I've already... Oh, I wanted slabs, that's right. I need half slabs because I don't really have a lot of space. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, all of our fuel goes into these chests because they go into these hoppers that go into the side of these furnaces. That's how we smelt all of our stuff. And then, you know, whenever something's done smelting, it gets taken out by these bottom hoppers and they all get funneled into this double chest right here. And then I just go take the glass and put it in shulker boxes. And then all the stuff we want to smelt comes in from the top through like these minecart with chests that I'll put in a little bit. But it's gonna make things a lot easier because I can trade with villagers for some of the glass. I just can't realistically do it with all the glass because it's a little bit too much. So I have to kind of take a hit with some of this stuff. Just a little bit of sacrificing, but it'll be worth it. It'll be very worth it. Just gotta actually do it. So we'll put that away. I gotta put some of this junk away. And I got some more sorting to do. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's been around for like years and years, honestly. Like, and because they've become so generic now, like, I just built one kind of from scratch from like a shitty redstone world. Which, it's not really from scratch. I'm sure it did come from like an actual design somewhere, but the problem is with these things, they've been around for so long, it's not exactly the easiest to credit people with stuff like this. Not that I wouldn't want to, but again, it's like, it's kind of like it's not really public domain per se, but it's been around for too long, so it's hard to find like who really started all this first. But a lot of this stuff is really easy to do, honestly. I mean, I've been playing the game for a while, and I always liked Redstone when I was a kid because it was just fun to goof around with, and you could do cool stuff with it. But you know, it's fine. We got those minecart with chest, and then we can put some sand. We'll use some... Oh, I should have a ton of spare sand, I think. Or maybe I've already used up a lot of it. Yeah, there's only 17 in there, and I want to go get like a decent chunk. So we're gonna take one of these, and we'll go ahead and the mine carts that away, and we'll put that away. Oh, it's right. It is an order specific thing for some reason. So literally all you gotta do is, you know, I would just put like whatever I want in here to smelt, and then I just go ahead and turn on the levers, and then they go back and forth, and they slowly put in some stuff over these hoppers. So they spread it out pretty evenly, and then when I want to reload them, I just turn off the levers, and then they kind of just stop here a little bit, and then I just, you know, when I'm ready to do it again, I just go push them and send them on their way. But yeah, it's pretty easy. So we'll go ahead and just kind of set these back into place. I don't need some like crazy, like really advanced like one of these, which is why I kind of just build like some things are worth making like really advanced and good, but some things like this are just like as long as it works, it's fine, you know. I don't need some like hyper efficient thing or whatever. You do for some things, but not for everything. So it's good to know that like when you actually need it and when you don't need it. We're gonna go ahead and luckily because we have that wither farm now with the wither skeletons, they drop coal. You just craft them in the coal blocks, and then I can just split the coal into the fuel chest. So I go ahead and do some stuff like this. Here we go. And all we gotta do is just something like that. And there we go. So now if we go ahead and take a little peek into the furnaces, you can see they all got the 2 blocks of coal each. So they're all ready to smelt. So whenever I want to smelt stuff, I just put them in there. And we got 2 blocks of coal in each of them. They smelt like 80 blocks a piece. So 80 times 2 is 160 blocks they smelt, and then times 16 because that's how many furnaces we have. So 160 times 16. So this will with only this small amount of fuel, we'll be able to smelt 2,560 like blocks of glass, which is like nearly like 2 shulker boxes, like a shulker box and a half. So it's a pretty reasonable amount of stuff. Oh hey, welcome Badger, how you doing? Just doing some funny redstone shenanigans. So in fact, we're actually almost done with them. Not a whole bunch left, but yeah, so I just have to go out and get a bunch of sand, and we'll just turn it on and let it do its thing, so... Now we're gonna go destroy like a beach or a desert or something. And I gotta go start putting all this away. That goes back into my chest. Here we go. And then that goes back. And we'll go dump all these away. Oh, I'm doing pretty solid. I'm just going out, getting ready to go mine a bunch of sand for a very funny big project I'm working on. Or that I'm gonna start working on. I'm basically building just a massive fucking sphere because, and my only reasoning, unfortunately, is that nobody can stop me. So that's pretty much the only reason why I want to build this, because nobody can stop me. And I think that's funny. So also it's going to be like 256 block diameter, so it's going to be pretty big. And it's all in vanilla, which is pretty cool. But to do that, I need glass and I need red terracotta, so that's what we're at to go get right now. And I should still have my beacon materials. So let's find out. I'm gonna build like 5 of them. Well, the other 4 are gonna be like half the scale, but the big one, the actual centerpiece one, is the one I'm working on first, and it takes 170,000 blocks worth of stuff. I need 50 shulker boxes of red terracotta and another 50 of glass to do the first sphere, and then I have to build a column that connects it all the way down to the bottom of the world, and it's just like, what the hell? It's kind of meant to be impossible just so that way I always have something to work towards, but Good God, I could have chosen something a little easier. But it's not just gonna be just for show. We're actually gonna cram like an entire like gigabase into the sphere. That's more of like a shell for it. So what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna build like an entire like fully fledged like city, like basically New York, but somehow even more dense. And it's gonna be pretty cool if I can pull it off. I can't do it until I build the big fucking sphere, so I gotta do that first. But we're heading out to a desert mesa hybrid, so I can actually go get a bunch of sand first. And we'll go ahead and just pick up well, 'cause I should pick up the red terracotta too. That is kind of the other reason why I'm here. So I'm gonna be trying to pick up um I think the goal I set was like at least 3 shulker boxes of red terracotta and 3 shulker boxes of glass per day. So we're gonna go try and get 3 of each, and then we'll go do that. Oh yeah, no, I need 50, like 50, not 15. If I needed 15, that'd be great. I would be very happy. But nope, I need like 3 times that amount and then some. I think the exact number is like this is the end. Why am I here? I did not want to come here. I just kind of took the wrong path without thinking. Oh, actually, I meant to take the villager trading one. Oops. Oh, let's head back. It's a pretty easy mistake to fix, but yeah, no, I need like 100 in total, and then half for glass, half for terracotta. So I've got quite a bit of work to do. So it's gonna, if I do like, like 6 per day, 3 terracotta, 3 glass, then it's gonna take like realistically about like 3 weeks to get all, or 2 to 3 weeks to get all the materials. And then building it is also another issue because it takes time to put down all these blocks. And in fact, it's slower than gathering them, so that might take even longer. And then I would actually have to, build stuff in it, which would take even longer. And I still want to build those smaller, like, replica ones, so that would take even longer. And you see where I'm going with this. It's just going to take a very long time to do effectively. Also, I have got to spawn-proof these tunnels with buttons or something, because I just haven't yet, and I really should. Considering they are just buttons and all, but hey, I thank you for the follow badge. I really appreciate it. But I mean, I used to be like pretty impatient, like unironically, and then I started playing Getting Over It, like not even as a shitpost. I just was like, can I get over it? The answer was yes, a very resounding yes, and I beat the game like 60 something times, and it taught me actually a great bit of patience, believe it or not. Also, I just need something to do to kind of keep myself busy, so that's also why it's like this is so. But if I like, okay, because realistically, I might die before that because it is still a hardcore world and all that. But assuming I don't, which would be a huge if, for somebody to complete this in like a single player hardcore world is like, I don't think this would be record setting, but I don't see anything that says it wouldn't be record setting either because like the biggest ones I've ever seen are like ocean like monument bases that are like about 200 block diameter because they also use it for like a guardian farm and all that. But this one combined with the other like 4 smaller ones I have is about like a 600 by 600 square like footprint. This is the wrong way; it was the other way. So it's going to be a footprint of about 600 by 600 blocks, and it's all going into an ocean near my base. So that way I can actually get to it pretty easy. But I mean, if I could pull it off and put the city inside of all of them and all that kind of stuff, then like I don't know what else I would do, but that's kind of the point because it's such a far out there goal that realistically I will never ever achieve. But if I can do it, it's very cool, and then it gives me something to work towards. I want to have some kind of goal that I'd like to work towards and just do. But we're here for red terracotta. We can take the normal stuff too and dye it because I got a bunch of poppies from that iron farm, but we're really here for the red terracotta specifically, so. And you notice how they all kind of come in like bands, right? Like we've got one band here and it goes all the way around at this Y level, and then we got our second one up there. So what's gonna happen is I need to find a decent enough place, which I think about here should do. And then we're gonna dig down a little bit. Well, actually, I need to make sure I know what the Y level is that I should be building this beacon at. It's kind of specific what I gotta do. We want to build. Oh wait, is there one lower? Not really. We're building this at Y105, so we need to go farther inland. Actually, wait, no, is it the one down? It might be the one down here. Okay, because then we'll be able to hit 2 bands of them. So we're going to Y88, so let's go ahead and mark that down. And we want to basically dig it so our beacon is sitting at about Y88, so we can set up a H2 beacon and just go ham and get a ton of red terracotta. And then, yeah, that'll be fun. So we'll go ahead and just make sure I got that on me. We do. And see the different colors we're starting to get to and all that. I did not bring any wood for ladders, so I'll have to dig a staircase up, unfortunately, but I have got to start bringing wood again. Yeah, I mean, I would take a screenshot, but honestly, writing down the coordinates ain't really too bad either, so I don't mind it. It does what it needs to do, so. In fact, we're already almost there, so that's great. And here we are. We'll just go ahead and dig down one more. And all I gotta do is seal that back. And we'll just start putting in our beacon, so I think that should do it. Where our beacon goes. These things are always kind of a pain in the ass to install. I might honestly just leave this one here and then just go get another one. Because I got a Wither Skull farm, so I can actually afford to genuinely do that. Just a funny flex, but a darned one. Because that took too long to put together. And I'm gonna be using it, goddammit. It took so long to put that thing together. Seriously. Took me 4.5 hours. Oh yeah, I built an iron farm right outside my base, so it's always kind of running like 24/7 pretty much, and it helps out a lot. But I can never have too much because I use it for like redstone and things of that nature, so I gotta always have more. But it'll all be worth it. Let's see here. We just gotta hollow this out until it's all kind of flat, and then I just fill all this empty space in with iron, and then a beacon. Get a beacon. That's cool. First, second, third, and then this should actually be our fourth. And I need some stuff to go into a shulker box. We'll just like put this in here temporarily. I'll actually sort it into a like dud shulker box for a while, but I'm gonna be using that for like terracotta or something, so we'll get it all organized a little later. But yeah, this is gonna be an absolute like monster of a project, and it's gonna take like months to do. And I realistically don't expect to complete it. I think it'd be funny if I did, but I'm gonna actually like break it. It's just some kind of like overarching goal that I'd like to be able to work towards. So we will be breaking it up, so it's not just me working on a base for like 400 hours straight, basically. Like every now and then it might just go take a day or two to go exploring, or another day to go build like a huge gold farm, or just something to help break up the monotony, because that is very important to not get like just burnt out with this stuff, because it's a little bit too much stuff to do. So I have to actually really consider, because I could just go ahead and like go build the gold farm and all the other farms I want to build and then start on it, but then that would leave like nothing left for me to do if I wanted to change of pace. So we're kind of leaving those on the back burner because I will eventually get bored. Like realistically speaking, like I'm gonna be honest with myself, I will get bored at some point. So it's good to have a plan in place for when that does happen, so I can just, actually afford to like kind of take a little bit of a breather and mix things up a little bit, and then go back to it with a clear mind. Yeah. But when it comes to things like that, it's good to be honest with yourself about it, because You're the only person who knows yourself better than anybody else, so it's kind of important to be honest about things like that because it does help you out a lot in the long run. And it did it for me with school. Like, I got some homework done today, so I just decided, okay, I'm gonna study in the morning and all that for my exam tomorrow, and then we'll kind of just take the rest of today to take it a little easy and just do whatever. Because I'm not gonna realistically get all the work done. Shoot, that was not correct. There we go. I still have my bed on me, right? I think so. Yeah, here we go. I just now got the achievement. Okay, that's a little cursed. So I have 6 of them in my base, but I guess I never actually got the achievement quite yet. So it's only a little weird, but not really too big a deal, luckily. What we're gonna do is just sleep the night away for a little bit. And we got haste 2 now in a funny place, so because I don't have a ladder, we're just going to use a bucket of water to get out of here so I don't waste my fireworks. And also because it's going to actually let me get down to the bottom here if I ever need to come back down here. Which I shouldn't have to. I'm just going to leave the beacon here permanently because I'm going to be back here so much. It's just easier to leave it than dismantle it every time. So when I want to go get sand, I'll have to go get another beacon, but it don't take too long. And I need to make sure too I got enough stuff in place so I don't drown. Not that I'm at risk of drowning, but I gotta just be safe, so. Go ahead and just do that. There we go. Cool. We got a little extra room we can go stay at. I'm gonna put a torch and we're good. Alright, that's all I needed, just to make sure I don't drown, so. And we're out of here. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up another bucket of water. And then we'll head back eventually. Oh, I'll just put on the elytra because I don't feel like walking. Apparently we got a spider out. That was funny. Oh, I wanted to try and just barely skim it, but it don't matter. It was just for style points. I'll have to make sure I get some more fireworks too because I've been running low. I just have to remember to heading back to 0-0 when I want to go back, so gotta keep that in mind. And as for the rest of this stuff that isn't red terracotta, we're just gonna burn it. So burning time. Weird. There it is. It is a complete waste of materials, but you know, I don't really think I need to care about it anymore if that's the case, so. I mean, look at all the iron we got. We got a bunch of stuff back to the base. I mean, I got nothing to worry about, so. I got my ender chest. And we'll switch this out, and we'll just get started, so. I'll kind of go ahead and leave these here, and we'll just hit up anywhere with red terracotta, so like, wow. Oh, no, we're taking them with me. But yeah, we're planning on getting at least 3 shulker boxes of red terracotta today. So I can either get normal normal terracotta and then dye it red, or I can just preferably get just straight up red terracotta here. And I dropped my mouse a little bit. But yeah, let's just get started, so. I don't think this will take too long, but then again, I haven't really done this before, to be honest. I have had like haste beacons in the past, but I haven't had to like dig out like a massive amount of stuff. So we'll kind of play that one by ear and see how long it takes. But not too long. Okay, so we're out of the range of the beacon. What's in the range? There we go. It's like I'll have to kind of like dip in and out to like refresh the time on it. Give me a second here. There we go. Yeah, it's insta-mine. You can't even do this in creative for whatever reason. Like, if you wanted to mine this fast, you'd have to pop over into survival. But you can see we've already got 7 stacks of terracotta, and you need 27 to fill up a shulker box. So we're already like a ninth of the way there for today. That's cool. Like, genuinely very nice. So, and it's the same way with sand. The only like weird part with sand is actually smelting it. So maybe this won't be as bad as I thought. Oh, give me a second. Alrighty, sorry about that. Roommate wanted to know if he could use the vacuum. Luckily, it's not mine, so I could just say yes. So then again, it's nobody's because they moved out a while ago, so they're not here to take their stuff back. So it's ours now. No, yeah. But yep, we might be able to do like 5 shulker boxes worth of stuff today. Who knows? I don't know, but we'll have to just figure that one out. And we're already full, so. Also, I think it'll be interesting if we can keep it to 1 mesa instead of like 2 or something. Where's the gray show? Where did I? Oh no! Oh, there it is. I thought I misplaced that. I mean, see, look at that. We've already got over a third of it done, and it's been like 2 minutes. So maybe this won't be as bad as I thought to gather stuff. So it'll just be kind of like a little like chore kind of deal, you know, where we just do it like once a day for a little bit, and then we have the rest of the time to just go like screw around and like go caving or just go screw around in the nether. I might even go take on a bastion at some point. It's just a matter of finding a bastion that's kind of a problem, but I just gotta make sure I do enough to break it up so I don't get bored of it myself. Because I really do want to see this out to the very end. It just might take a while. Oh, building it. I wish building it was gonna be this fast, but it's not. I know it's not, and that's the worst part. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That's a future me problem. But I will be using a program that it's not really like an overlay thing in game. It's not like some of the fancier mods that actually show you like I think it's called like light schematic or something. But all I'm doing is going back and forth between a website. But hey, it was nice seeing you, Badger. I do appreciate you just being here, honestly, because it's really nice. But I hope you stop back again sometime. But good luck out there, homie. And we're already full up on terracotta again. Oh, shoot. I got some normal one too I can use. I might have to get a separate box for normal terracotta. Yeah, as you can see, we're already filled up again. Hey, this is a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. Fuck it, we're upping it to 5 a day, so... I won't do any more than that, though, just for my own sake, because I don't want to, like, just focus on mining terracotta for, like, 3 days straight, because I don't think I could realistically handle that. Half of that stuff's like a mental game, too. Because all this is just a patience and an endurance test. And yeah, it is honestly pretty satisfying, but this is a very, very big endurance test, so see if I can do it. Yeah, it's the only saving grace about this stuff too, is how satisfying it is, because if it wasn't, then I don't think anybody would want to do anything with this, because, oh my god, it's nice, but I'll have to stop and to repair this stuff at some point too, the raid farm. I don't exactly, I have some XP bottles, but that's only for my Elytra. Is I always am going to need my Elytra in it, because if it ever breaks when I don't want it to and I'm stuck out in the middle of nowhere, it's kind of a big deal. I think my PC's handling it. And we're already full up again. In fact, that might be the first shulker box, so let's check it out. Holy shit, we already did it, see? So, hey, maybe it won't be so bad. So we're gonna go ahead and break that. And we'll be dyeing all these red, and they're gonna go in their own special one, like their own special like double chest in my base instead of with the other red shulker boxes, because you know that's all specifically for project stuff, so it gets its own little special treatment. But that's 1 out of 5 today, so that's pretty goated. I say 1 out of 5 like it's no big deal, but seriously, it is no big deal when you got haste like this. So we're making good progress. There is a nice silver lining, though. It is nice to look at and just tear through. And I like the sound it makes, but it is gonna take some time. But yeah, we built it at we built the beacon at a specific height because, you know, there's like 2 layers of red terracotta depending on the Y level, so if it's down far enough I should be able to hit the lower one too, if I run out of stuff here, which this goes in like way deep inland, so I don't even think I can tear out an entire like band of this stuff. And we have to make sure this is lit up too, so I got some spare torches on me and all that good stuff. Luckily that ain't too hard either. And I got my bed so I can make it daytime. I'm trying to not be too wasteful with this stuff because I'm gonna need a lot of it, so might as well try and make it count. We'll fill in some of the floor with it just so I can actually see what I'm doing. Not really so I can see what I'm doing, but just so it's like nice and flat and I don't walk in any of these little divots, so. Go ahead and dump some more of this in there. We're throwing away the white one, and we'll dump the red ones away. And we've already got another third done. That's pretty good. I'll go ahead and sleep. And it's just sitting down and doing this. Now we'll have to do the same thing for sand, but the cool thing about the sand is I actually don't need to do anything too crazy. Because you don't even need a haste beacon for sand. You can just do it with efficiency 5, which, well, I got efficiency 5, so we're all good. And in fact, I actually, because I made, like, copies of every, like, tool that I have, like, one with Fortune and one with Silk Touch, we've actually got 2 shovels and 2 pickaxes that I can use, so. And then I just have to go repair them separately at the raid farm, but, you know, still pretty good, so I'm happy about that. Again, no clue why people build Enderman farms. They're not worth it. They're just not. You might build it for like a Wither Rose farm or something, because that's pretty much the only good way to do it, but otherwise, no. Ooh. There's technically a dripstone cave, but not really technically counts, so we'll just light up some of this stuff while I'm down here. Also because of stuff like that. Not taking any chances. Not this late in the game. Alright, too much to light up. I stopped caring. Favorite TV show or movie? Well, okay. See, I like The Office, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Also, Toilet Moment now, but I don't know if I really have a favorite. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender is really, really good. Couldn't say it was my favorite, but it is like very high up there at the very least. I really liked Breaking Bad. That one was a really solid one too, honestly. In fact, I'm getting ready to rewatch it at some point. I mean, I guess I'd have to say it's between Avatar and like Breaking Bad, honestly. And then movie-wise, Shoot, I haven't really. Well, I've seen a couple of movies recently. Like I saw Turning Red not too long ago, but I have to say like Indiana Jones or something, or not like specifically. Probably like it wouldn't be Raiders. It'd probably be like the Last Crusade. That one was a really good one. But I mean, I don't really watch a whole bunch of movies, although I can, funny enough, because streaming websites are a thing that aren't Netflix, and they're legal technically. So, but like very surprisingly, they're actually legal. As long as it's not a place that you can download stuff from. If they stream like movies and stuff, it's like legitimately okay, which I thought was kind of fucked up, but it's very nice to have because I can watch all these shows like Steven Universe is really good. Like I've been wanting to rewatch, well not rewatch, I've been wanting to watch Adventure Time because like I literally was there when the first episode aired like live on Cartoon Network, and like I always have been kind of wanting to watch it. I just never got around to it. But there's plenty of good stuff, so I think The Office is like pretty solid. Like I think people give like the later season like a lot of shit. Like it's like season 8 and 9, with Michael gone and all that. But like, and because like season 7, I guess was like at least tolerable. But then like Andy becomes there, and it's like yes, no. And I mean it's like if you don't like it, then either just don't watch it or just accept that that's just it is what it is, and you can't do anything about it because The Office has been over for like 8 or 9 years now. I think it ended in but it's been gone for a long time, and there's no way they're ever gonna change. So, but I mean, it's a pretty solid show. I tried getting my mom to watch it one time, but she couldn't really get into it, which I can kind of get, but it's fine. I liked it at least. Although they have like the UK version of The Office that being British people, which the British are funny, so well they got the funny voices, but either way I might like watch that one just because, but who knows. Is it like that is it similar to that one painting he has of himself near the end when he's finally regional manager and he just has like that ominous like painting of itself out in the lobby? That one would be a pretty good one to have, not gonna lie. Just a forbidden motivation poster. I need my torches again. There we go. And we've got another one done. Oh, that's 2 out of 5, so that's good. We'll cram a bunch of these into the corner so I know which ones are which. So, third box. And hey, since I don't actually have to dye it, it makes my life a little bit easier. Although dyeing this stuff ain't really too hard because I already have all the dye. It's just like actually dyeing it is a little weird, but it's not too much of a hassle. Imagine having a 4-foot tall Dwight poster regardless. Only a little cursed. And it took a lot of like promotional stuff, but I mean, The Office is fine and all. I might rewatch it again because I've only seen it twice. I'm not like every other Office fan in terms of like I've seen it like 18 times and like every time I scrutinize something else, which nothing inherently wrong with that, but I gotta like I wouldn't mind rewatching it again, but it's not really on my like plate of things I'd want to watch or rewatch. Yeah. Because again, like you've got the entire internet to like stream like literally anything from anywhere nowadays. So like sky's the limit when you don't give a shit. Like, because I'm starting to watch anime more and more because I used to not, and then like the most I'd ever seen when I was a kid was like Dragon Ball or like it was like the 4 Kids dub and all that kind of stuff, and like same with like Pokemon. But like now they got the whole internet. Basically, how I figure out what I want to watch is if it has a funny opening, then I'll probably watch that one, and then that's pretty much it. Imagine seeing The Office 18 times or more than like 3 times. Would that be me? Might be me one day if I really have absolutely nothing else better to do, but there's so much other stuff to watch too, like on top of it. Like pretty much what I'm doing is I'm just going through like a bunch of like pop culture stuff that people like have always like talked about. Like I watched Breaking Bad because it was like something a lot of people always talked about. And then also he's from like the Los Pollos Hermanos memes. He's like, my name is Gustavo, but you can call me Sus. And it's funny because it's like an Among Us reference, which makes it funny by default. I have very bad humor when it comes to Among Us memes. My only weakness, but regardless of that unfortunate fact, I mean, people said it was good. The meme was funny. I was like, okay, we'll watch it, and it was good. I heard Brooklyn Nine-Nine was good too, honestly. And I was gonna watch Parks and Recreation, but I never got around to watching it. I watched like the first episode, and I was like, no, I'm good. But I mean, if it's in pop culture, it's usually there for a reason, to be honest. If we're being real. Like these things don't just appear out of thin air for like no reason. They're only like talked about so like Game of Thrones, for example, except like Game of Thrones was if it was like 6 years ago, I would have considered watching Game of Thrones, and I watched the first episode with my dad when my mom were still together, and of course the first episode had like nudity. That was a little awkward, just only a little though, but of course, Game of Thrones is now something I would never consider watching because of how much people still actively shit on it for completely like screwing up the last two seasons. I guess it was like the last three more or less, but mainly the last two and the very last one. Like they did such a bad job that nobody wants to even rewatch it anymore, so I won't even start to watch it. Which, like again, things are pop culture for a reason. Not necessarily because they're like the most perfect thing, but usually they're like pretty fucking good for them to be pop culture. So it's usually a decent enough thing to go off of, and it's good for like getting out of your comfort zone and watching new things. Because otherwise, I'd probably be stuck rewatching The Office 18 billion times. Yeah, I mean it just kind of is whatever. But Breaking Bad funny. There's a bunch of stuff you can watch through pop culture, and it's honestly really good. But yeah, like when I'm starting to get into anime, it's really just shit that either people are talking about, or that's pretty much it. Because I don't really go out of my way to watch a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I'm from the United States. I'm actually down in funny, wacky Florida land. So unfortunately, my state isn't an actual real state because damn it, Florida does not do well. I don't like Florida a lot. In fact, once I get my degree, I've been thinking about moving just because I don't want to be here anymore. So, because I can probably go pretty much anywhere else, honestly. Like I'm respectable enough with my degree once I get that, and like I got a lot of ambition, and it shows on my resume, all that kind of stuff. So I could probably go just about anywhere, but just anywhere that isn't Florida is probably a little bit nicer. Or like anywhere down south at this point because man, they're getting a little wacky. And not like funny Doge lore wacky, they're just getting a little bit too wacky and uncharacteristic, and I really don't like it, so it is a little weird. Also, because there's a lot of like, Trump supporters, which it's fine to support like somebody, but they're so fucking over the top and like hateful about it that it's just like, please shut the fuck up. Oh, well, see, there's always a difference when it comes to like touring somewhere, like as a tourist and actually living somewhere. Because living in Florida isn't bad in terms of like we have air conditioning, so it's not like unbearable or nothing. And the Gators and shit like that are more of like a shit post, but there is enough merit to them. But it's just kind of toxic down here because with it being a heavily like Republican state, there's been a lot more like censorship bills and there's been a lot of like weird shit that's been happening. Like I don't know if they passed it yet or not. I know it passed through the Senate recently, but they're trying to pass like a "Don't Say Gay" bill, which basically prevents like teachers in any public school from talking about like gay people, like just in general, uh, because it infringes on like. Well, the way they're trying to defend it is like, oh, well, it infringes on like First Amendment religious rights, and because there's such a huge emphasis on like Christianity, and that usually ties into like Republicans down here. That's like a big deal. So it's just weird and toxic, and I also don't trust the governor with anything ever. so I want to get away. So, because it seems like a bad idea to be here right now. I'm not gay myself. I'm like straight, but like it's still like not a good indicator that like a fucking governor or a politician of like that caliber and that high up power is like doing like really stupid shit like that. Like I don't like it, you know. Like, I have no respect for people like that. Like you shouldn't be trying to just tear people down all the time, 24/7. And it's just weird, man. But there's too many like religious like nut jobs around here. Like they're like I used to go to a small group at my old church like a couple of years ago before I went up to college. And that place was awesome. Like yeah, everybody was Christian, but it wasn't like the standing out of like an abortion clinic screaming you're going to hell kind of Christian. It was just genuinely like nice people who just kind of happened to be Christian. But I didn't like hanging around with them just because they were Christian. They were just, good people. They just happened to be Christian too, but like they were nice and they didn't shove it down your throat that they were Christian. And I really appreciated that. But unfortunately, that's not the standard, so I want to leave. This dang. Imagine from Canada. I mean, I'm planning on going anywhere. I mean, I kind of want to go somewhere up north because I've lived in Florida all my life, so I've had my fair share of the heat a little bit too much because it's spring right now, but during the winter a couple of months ago, it was like 90 something like daily, maybe like high 80s or so, which is bad. But if I did have to move somewhere else, it probably would be somewhere just a little bit more up north with some snow. I don't know where specifically, to be honest, but I just know I don't want to be in Florida, so I'll have to figure that one out a little later. But I just gotta make sure to get out of here. But I got no clue where though. I don't really want to move to somewhere like New York either. I just I don't want to move somewhere too rural, but I want to like live in a state where I don't have to like be near people like 24/7. Just, kind of just go to my job, go do my own thing, and then go home, and then nobody asks any questions, and I can just enjoy being a dumbass. 'Cause for being a responsible adult, I sure do a lot of like dumbass shit that only like children would really do, and you know what? I simply do not fucking care because I earned my right to do whatever the hell I want, on account of having to graduate high school at 17, and I got into college when I was 15 for Christ's sake. So I earned my right. So oh, the coldest we've ever seen in Florida was like when I was a kid. It was like 32 degrees Fahrenheit a single time. Also, Frank the Tank, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. That one kind of came out of nowhere, but regardless, appreciate it. But but I mean, Florida is hot and a little bit too hot, and I don't like it anymore. Used to like it when I was a kid. Now it's just yeah. But we got 3 boxes of red terracotta. So another 47 to go. Woo, yay. Aren't we close? We'll pick up another 2 more for today, and then we'll be out to the actual desert for some sand. But how flat this place is too. Seriously, kind of uncanny. But I mean, Florida is fine. Like it's passable in terms of a place to live. But I'm tired of the heat because of the coldest we've gotten is like 40, like 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and like we've never gotten like pretty much colder than that. And I mean, it's fine being in heat. Like I don't mind it, but I'm just tired of it. I want to go see snow or something. I also just again don't want to be in Florida because I just kind of want to go start over, honestly. Yeah, I mean, like Florida's got too much heat, and then when it's humid too, like oh man. But if I did want to move, I want to move somewhere too where I don't have to have a car because I've had my license, like my actual whole license, so I can like drive by myself and everything. I've had it for I think it's gonna be 2 years, around like September or something. But I don't own a car, and also I simply do not like driving, even though I'm capable of it. I just don't like it. I don't want to live in a city or a state where it's like basically mandatory without, unless you want to like go pay all your money to go get your groceries delivered or something. I don't like that, so I'm gonna move. Dang, imagine having a second Florida person, but Florida's funny. I'm like out the Orlando area right now, you know, and that's fine and all, but it's it's whatever. Orlando's pretty cool. I liked it a lot better than my home state. Texas. That is also another state I don't particularly want to go to. I just don't want to be anywhere down south at this point because it's just a little bit too like wacky right now. But that's something I can wait for when I get a job and all that. But Texas is kind of funny. Like, wow, guys, well, you guys got snakes over there. We got alligators. That's totally, absolutely how it works. 100%. No stereotyping about Floridians or Texans or nothing like that. Nope, totally not. But yeah, Texas is funny state. Both of our governors kind of suck though, but that's all right. Yeah, Texas and like Florida, and especially, God forbid, you go to Arizona. Like Southern America is like not South America. You know what I mean? Like Southern United States. It's like it gets ridiculously hot. We get quite a bit of rain during the summer, but Canada, I wouldn't mind going to Canada. Well, actually, no, I would mind going to Canada because I wouldn't like to own a house, you know. I would like to be able to own a house without actually trying to like kill myself trying to pay off like a mortgage, so I will pass on the Canada offer though. I have no clue if I'm gonna get one. Ah. I mean, I wouldn't mind going out of the country either to like Switzerland or Norway or something, but big problem is, you know, actually getting approved to go there because they're like really selective apparently about who like gets citizenship there and who doesn't, but Washington State would be pretty solid too. I just want to like I kind of just want to go start over with my life, you know. Like it's been fine here and all, but I kind of just want to go start over. But I mean, it doesn't matter if things are expensive as long as you have enough money, but you know, that goes for anything to be fair. Which is why I'm trying to get the money issue sorted out by like getting really good at actually investing and not like Wall Street bets investing, like real ass like college educated investing. And then like, you know, get a nice job too and all that kind of stuff. But as far as I'm concerned, there's no way to make big money anymore by like working. You either like do some like big risk doing some investment, and if it pays off, you're set because that's pretty much the only way you get to retire early or at all, which is dang. Because my mom's gonna be working until she pretty much dies because she never got a lot of stuff figured out, and she's figuring it out too late in her life, so it's gonna be rough for her. Yeah, starting fresh is a nice thing, but I mean, I like it in Florida sometimes, but not enough to warrant staying here. Just I just kind of want to go live my own life and not have to. I did get into a lot of trouble when I was a kid. Not like with the police or nothing, but I got a lot of bad memories of school and stuff. I'd like to just kind of get away from. But I think once I've kind of grown a little bit more as a person, I'd probably just leave and just go, you know, try again. And hell, it's like the way the United States is, it's so huge, and just pretty much every state is more or less pretty fucking different. So, like, if you, you know, you do bad enough in one state, you can just go try again in another kind of deal, you know. Because moving overseas is a big process and, you know, takes a while. It's also hard. They're also very specific in, like, a lot of, like, Dutch countries, too. Because you actually have to be a respectable person. Like, what? Like, and also you actually have to be worth like being a citizen for, which but I gotta worry about that too. I mean, like if y'all can get that stuff figured out with housing, I wouldn't mind going there, but like damn, it just Canada's got it bad in terms of housing right now for you guys. That's all I hear about. Whenever there's Canadian news, it's either something about Trudeau or it's like your housing market sucks and it's only getting worse. You should just quit being poor, and that's pretty much the only advice they give is just don't be poor, silly. I like giving that advice ironically, but when somebody gives it unironically from like the news or something, it makes me want to like break their skull in or something. Because like, why? Why would you just say that to somebody like genuinely, like as like sincerely trying to be helpful? Like, no. Like, yeah, I'll just stop being poor really quick when I get some more money. Yeah, okay, yeah, no shit. But where's the rest of the steps, you know? But Canada, I wouldn't mind going to Canada as long as I had money to go get a house. But then again, I don't think anybody would mind living anywhere as long as they had like a ton of money. So, but the one of the good things you can do is just, also know how to like you can't budget your way into like a nice house, like being realistic, you can't do it, but you can use it to kind of help like kind of get some shit put together and try to help save as long as you actually make enough to save. But like I'm a pretty simple guy in terms of the fact that I just like Jesus, $1 million for a condo, good god. I mean, if you're running out of houses because people are buying them up, that's kind of a bad thing, like a very bad thing. But like kind of like my goal honestly is like I moved to like a very like not a very rural state, but I moved to a state where like a state of disrepair, but also I moved to a state where like housing's like cheap, and then I get like an online job based in like New York or something, because New York wages tend to be like a lot higher than like, like Alabama wages, for example, you know? So if I can like I land something like that and it's fully remote, then you kind of just move somewhere where the cost of living is a lot lower, and then you're making a paycheck where cost of living is a lot higher. So now you're just like, you're not really gaming the system or anything either. It's just, a good thing to have. Because if I could just make a lot of money and like make some good choices while I'm investing and all that kind of stuff, because I want to retire early, so I don't want to be working until I like die or something, you know. And as long as I'm like smart with my money and I know how to invest and I make the right decisions and all that stuff, I pretty much should never have to work again. 'Cause that's what I'm banking on. Because I got my degree, just in case that doesn't actually pan out properly the way I'd like it to. But if it does, then hey, now I have a degree and I'm like rich, so that's cool. But it's just really like the only thing you gotta worry about for now is just kind of plugging along with things like school and college. And like you can go to trade school, honestly. It's a good alternative if you really don't want to go to college for 4 years, but I kind of had to because I got very lucky and got a good head start. Like I've been going to college since I was 15 years old. I'm gonna be turning 19 this June. I got 2 years of free community college when I was a kid. So that's why I kind of had to stick with college, because since I got such a huge head start, it'd be such a waste to not get a degree. No. I'm getting a degree in finance, so it'll be helping me out a lot. But just kind of like be comfortable with like not having to like spend money to go out and enjoy yourself. Like look at Minecraft, for example, right? You pay 30 bucks for it once and you never have to spend another dime if you never wanted to, because it's still just that good by itself. Like this is what I do for my free time when I want to actually go out and like watch something that I want to enjoy. I just do a little trolling and go to a funny streaming website that's very legal and is actually legal for it, that kind of stuff. And you just gotta make sure to save your money a little bit and kind of work with what you're given, and just eventually plan out how you want to get out of the stuff you're in. Because I don't exactly come from a rich family or nothing, but as long as I know kind of how to manage my money a little bit, and I get good with some college education, and I figure out how to invest, all that kind of funny business, like I should be able to dig myself out of this hole and just kind of go somewhere else to go start over with a bunch of money. But I don't mind staying in Florida for long, but I want to leave before it's a little bit too late and I get too attached. So that is our fourth shulker box of terracotta, and we're gonna get our fifth one, and then we'll go ahead and go get sand. And in fact, we're already kind of close. Another 18 stacks. So if I do 5 a day for glass and sand, we should be able to get all the materials dug in about 10, 11 days if I want to take kind of like an easy day and just do like a couple. And it's only been an hour and 19 minutes, so this hasn't exactly taken too long. Actually, the first half hour was spent just building the furnaces and whatnot. So like, this really has not taken too long, luckily. I'm very happy about it. I thought this was gonna take some like unholy amount of time to do, but nope, insta mining's pretty quick, so Nothing to worry about. I just have to, I'll have to go repair my tools at some point at the raid farm, but that's some really easy, funny business, so nothing to worry about there. But yeah, I'd like, if you do own Java, which I know you do, Kaylee, but if you do own Java, seriously, give hardcore mode a try sometime. It's fun, you know? Like, it ain't really too difficult once you get to a point like this where you've got like really good armor. You know, you got armor, you got totems, you just win. And as long as you don't throw yourself out into some like really crazy dangerous situation, you know, you play a little bit cautious, you can achieve a lot. Like I'm not wearing my elytra right now, for example, because you know I'm mining in a cave basically. So like, why would I wear an elytra? And that's usually the way people die too, is by like doing dumb stuff like that. Just you know wearing an elytra when they shouldn't be, and then they take more damage than they would normally have to. You know, just don't make mistakes like that, and you know you don't have anything to worry about. Of course, funny thing about this game is you can play it however you want to, and it still works out great. But I like the little bit extra challenge with hardcore because it's really not that hard. A little difficult at times because it's like, oh dang, if I like, you know, if you do die, you just got to go start over. But luckily, I actually like the early game, so I don't really mind starting over. But if I started over like right now, for example, by like dying, that wouldn't be very cool, because I've gotten a lot done. But it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I used to actually like play on peaceful mode a lot when I was a kid, but like I kind of like fell out of that. Just I don't know when it happened, but you can always work your way up to it. Like if you plan out like, you know, just kind of just some way to kind of make it a little bit easier on yourself, it's pretty good. Or you can just like pillar up and beat them to death, or just, you know, not get yourself in a bad situation. Like there's enough stuff you can do to like avoid it, but it's really not too bad. But it's a fun mode. But yeah, again, you're entitled to play like however the hell you want. Honestly, that's one of the really nice things about this game. Like, there's a lot of customization, so whatever you enjoy doing, you can just well do it, and it's great. And I wish more games nowadays would actually be like quality again, because you know this was only $30, and then you have like $60 games that aren't even worth it, like compared to this stuff. But yeah, the only difference between like normal, like just actual like regular hard mode and hardcore is like, you know, if you die in hardcore, that's just it. But if you die in hard mode, you can just respawn. But that's literally the only difference there is. So you just have to play a little cautious in like certain parts, like the Ender Dragon fight, for example, or like if you're fighting the Wither like legitimately, not like chasing in Bedrock, you have to be a little more careful. Things of that nature, you have to be careful. But otherwise, it's just playing in hard mode, and then that's really it. I mean, it's it's just one life only, so as long as you don't die, you don't really have anything to worry. Which, yeah, 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 no shit. Just oh yeah, if you want to win in like hardcore mode, just don't fucking die. Like yeah, okay, thanks. Everybody knows that one, but you know what I mean. Just like get totems or like you have some farms that you can build that can make the game a lot easier. But the main thing I do in like survival worlds is like I don't really take it too seriously until I get to the Nether, because there's a couple of things that are really important in the Nether. Because once you get them done, then that's when shit can really start to take off, and you get a lot of this infrastructure in place, and you just kind of set yourself up to win. Like having villager stuff is nice and all, but it doesn't matter if you don't have any good source of experience. And like the easiest way to get a ton of experience, like without having to like really scour for like a dungeon, is like a blaze spawner. So once you transform like a blaze spawner into a blaze farm with some like lava buckets, some signs and all that, as far as I'm concerned, for me, when that happens, game's over. Like, because you can sit there and you can grind a level 30 fairly quickly and fairly like safely, and then you can just enchant all your armor and all this stuff and get perfect enchants with it. All right, so that's a pillager patrol. So if I kill the guy with a banner, I get the bad omen effect, and then that means I basically sentence, you know, I do some guaranteed death on a innocent village, so that would be funny if I did that. But We're not here to worry about that right now. We're here to get the rest of this terracotta and then go get some sand. But I guess I've been hanging around here a little bit too long for them to spawn. We are short a whole 2 blocks. Alright, we got all the terracotta. No longer being short 2 blocks, so that's cool. We did it. 5 shulker boxes of red terracotta in a single day. And only in an hour at that too, so this might be a lot more doable than I thought. And we'll keep the normal terracotta for now. Alright, so here's the deal. We're leaving the beacon here. We'll get a spare one at some point again, just because I like having a spare one. But we won't worry about that now because we're gonna go back to the desert, and we're just gonna go get some sand. Where is my desert? I think it's here. But yep, now we gotta do it again, but with sand, so that'll be fun and cool. It won't take too long either, because you can insta-mine it just the same way. Now, I need to turn on coordinates. It was pretty much like 0, 0, so we need to go like positive X, and then there's our sand pillar right there, so portal, and we'll just start in like this desert or something. And we'll go ahead and sleep too to make sure. Going in smooth. And set that down and sleep. And then we'll go ahead and get a spare shulker box, and then we'll just get started. So shouldn't take too long either. Might take a little bit of time, but shouldn't be unbearable. Oh wait, I really quickly, I need my other shovel because I'm gonna add a like durability on it if I'm not careful. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. That can go away. Go ahead and take this extra food. And let's just get started. I really put my silk touch one away, didn't I? We'll switch this out with the fortune one. Rabbit. I kind of wish they added bundles in 1.19. I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they confirmed they're pushing that back, which sucks because they are really useful. Like, I know they're still working on them and they might make them even better, but I think they're pretty good the way they are for now. Because you can store like I could condense like my arrows and my torches and my fireworks all into a single bundle, which would make my life like a lot easier. Just making things more compact. They're just kind of shitty early game though, but well, not really shitty. It's just because rabbit hide is like kind of a pain in the ass to get a hold of. So, but without looting, you don't have looting that early on. We've already got a good bit of sand. Maybe we won't get as much sand because I can actually trade for like a decent bit of the glass with the villagers and all that I already own. So we'll get we'll get 3 of them today instead of just 5 because we already did a lot of mining. And we'll have to go to the raid farm too and like actually get my tools fixed up. So. See, we're all full up on sand, so we're gonna go dump the rest of this away. That's already a lot. That's already half a shulker box pretty much, so that's good. And we'll show the funny like super smelter out in action. It ain't really nothing too special. It's just a bunch of furnaces everywhere and some hoppers and all that, but it's pretty nice. I actually don't think I've ever really built one of them before. Like I've seen them built, but I just don't really build them a whole bunch, so I've never really had a need to. But it should be helpful. Well, actually, I don't have any technically right now since I'm in college, but you know, when I actually get back home, I actually do have like a couple of pets. I've got a dachshund and 2 cats. And there was actually a funny point in time where, like one of our cats right now, right? She used to not always be like neutered. Or I think it's spayed for like females and neutered for males or something like that. You know the deal. But either way, she wasn't neutered or spayed, right? And that's kind of an issue because she used to be an outdoor cat. So, you know, she would just kind of hang out outdoors and then we'd feed her all that kind of stuff. And, you know, she ended up getting pregnant and she gave birth to 5 kittens. And so at one point we had 4 adult cats because we had her and another outdoor cat, and then we had 2 indoor cats, and then we had our dog. So that's 5 animals, and then she gave birth to 5 kittens. So we had 10 fucking animals at some point to take care of. And you know, I don't need to tell you that's a lot, but spoiler alert, that's a lot. And yeah, that was certainly an interesting couple of months, but we eventually were able to either, you know, get them homes or put them up for adoption at like yeah, a pet shelter. But and then the other outdoor cat, he ended up just he kind of just left one day, and I think he kind of left to go die, like unironically, because he was just he was being a little like weirder than normal, and then he just kind of disappeared, and we ended up never seeing him again. And it's been like 8 years since that happened, so he is very much long dead. But and then my cat, his name was Job at the time. He ended up passing away a couple of years ago from jaundice, apparently, because his actual skin, not his fur, but his skin under his fur, ended up starting to get yellow, and he had a very hard time like eating because he didn't want to eat. So he ended up passing away, and it was right before COVID too, which was the worst part. So and then, but right now I still got 2 other cats, and then our dog, and then. I haven't seen him in about 2 years though, so when I go back home at some point, I'm gonna look forward to seeing him. But yeah, I mean having pets is great, but I'm more of a cat person than a dog person. Like I still like dogs, but having a small dog who just barks like 24/7 over everything has made me not like dogs as much. And then you know cats are still pretty solid when you know they're actually lovable and they're lower maintenance, which is good too. Like, you know, I just clean their litter box and I make sure they're fed and, you know, I pet them and all that. But, you know, with dogs, you gotta actually walk them and take them outside, which is fine, but it's just a little, it just sucks a little bit sometimes because she never really wanted to actually go out sometimes. But she still needed to go. She just didn't want to go, but she has to, so that made it a little inconvenient for the dog. But I mean, having pets is great, honestly. They're nice company, and I really like having them around. That was actually one of the harder things about coming to college. It wasn't like getting ready to be an adult or something in terms of like, you know, being responsible. Because I've been doing that for a long time. It was like not being able to see my pets for a while because, you know, I like them. I miss having them around. They're good. Terracotta and stone. We're shuffling some of these out. We got 1 sandbox. That is bones. That is all bones. Ah, 2 small dogs and a funny Great Dane. Man, like seriously, I've seen like my old friend from like when I used to go to church. He had a Great Dane and like big dogs, very big dogs. Like never quite understand how you can like comfortably have them because they're just big. They're kind of they're like lovable idiot kind of big, but they're still big, and it can be a little worrying sometimes because they don't know their own strength half the time. But they're pretty nice dogs though. But yeah, 150-pound dog. He weighs more than me. Like, I think I'm only like 130 pounds or something, which is the worst part. And they are really nice gentle giants too. I always kind of wanted like a golden retriever when I'm an adult or something if I ever did get another dog. But I mean, yeah, that dog's weighing more than me. Like I only weigh like I haven't been on a scale in a while, but last time I was like 125. But that was like 2 years ago. 125 pounds, not kilos. But it has certainly been a little while since I've been weighed. But I eat a lot, but I only eat like once or twice a day because I usually wake up fairly late because I don't really set an alarm anymore because I don't ever really have a need to with me being in college and all. And when I do eat, I'll eat like a lot, but I'm also like still like active and healthy. Like to go to the grocery store, I literally walk there like once a week. I go for about half a mile to walk there, and then when I walk back with my groceries, which is like, a week's worth of food, and like, there's like soda, but then there's also like, raw chicken that I can go cook, and like some noodles and some like, chicken broth, and maybe some frozen food now and then. But like, I eat pretty healthy overall. Like, I still bake some muffins and all that I eat a lot of, but I'm like pretty healthy, but I don't eat enough to like put on any weight. So yeah, like Great Dane. These fuckers again, come on, man. Seriously? Man, I'm just out here mining sand in the desert. Why are you guys out here still? But, yeah, man, pretty much everybody else that's like an adult is gonna weigh more than me. And some dogs, because I don't think I really eat enough, honestly. But I don't like eat, like, I eat until I'm like full, or like until I'm like satisfied, but then it just ends up digesting a little bit too quickly or something. Because I can't seem to put on any weight, and it's not really too fun just being like really skinny. It's fine. Like there could be worse problems to have, but it certainly does kind of suck sometimes. Okay, quit dodging. Thank you. Or maybe I need to get better at aiming, but there have been worse problems to have. But this should be our second box of sand, hopefully, because I'm tired of mining. Because luckily it's not really taking too long to get all this stuff, but it still is just tedious and boring, so I do want to kind of done for to just go do other stuff. I don't know what other stuff, but other stuff in general. Yeah, I mean villagers, they're pretty cool. In fact, that's where they all live. But for some reason the other ones came from that side, so I'm guessing it was an out like a raid or something. Not a raid, a patrol, that's what they're called. An actual proper patrol. But yeah, we'll go fill up this shulker box with sand, and then we'll go fill up another one with sand, and then I'll go. God, I can't speak today. I'll go do a bunch of trading for glass and all that at the actual trading hall, and then we'll use that to fix up my tools too, so that way and also so I can get some extra emeralds and all that. But I should be able to fill up another 2 boxes worth of glass from trading, so or at least one, and then I can go mine the other one. It's fine enough either way. Not too big a deal. Yeah, the ominously flat desert is pretty nice. I should really pick up some more of this cactus because I need green dye because I don't exactly have a lot of it right now. Like, I'm growing some cacti, but not really enough. So might have to make a cactus farm at some point, honestly. But I don't get because you can combine like red and blue dye to make purple dye in this game, and you can combine like red and yellow to make orange, but you can't combine blue and yellow to make green. Even though the other two follow like the color wheel and all that, that one specifically doesn't work for no reason. Just genuinely for no reason. Like, so I don't know what the deal is with that, but it'd be such a nice feature to have because it'd make green dye like actually easier to get. Because it is easy enough because you have to have a cactus farm, but like it's still just a little annoying because I would like to be able to just combine it with all the lapis and cornflowers that I have laying around. And sunflowers are easy to get too. Like it'd make my life a lot easier if I could do that. And there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to. I just can't. So kind of sucks. But it's not really too big of a deal. Just a little inconvenient. We're gonna move the shulker box a little bit more because this place is kind of starting to run its course. Yeah, we flattened out a lot of this already, so I think at some point I'll try and like flatten this desert so it's all just like sandstone or like stone left, so that could be kind of funny. Be very ominous to look at, especially that close to a villager outpost. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out kind of other movies I'd like to watch at some point, because again, I heard like Encanto supposedly like fairly good. I just haven't really felt like watching it. Like I saw Turning Red, that one was pretty solid too, but I'm trying to catch up on like a bunch of stuff, or kind of want to find new things to watch, but at the same time, really just don't want to because I'm busy with school and doing other stuff too. And also, I kind of fall into the same bad habit that everybody does, where I just like rewatch the same couple of things and then don't do anything else. Also, that's a little cursed, but I'm hoping to break that habit at some point. Not that it's that important if I do. Alright, that is the second box worth of sand, I think. Yeah. So we just need one more box and then we'll call it done for sand for today. Because I'm getting tired of doing this, so luckily I don't have to do it for too long, but it's still annoying. Yeah, sorry this has been kind of boring today. Unfortunately, it's going to be like this for the next like 2 weeks or something until I get all this stuff mined out because there's nothing to do. Oh no, it's good. Oh, are you like a student tutor or something? That's pretty impressive. I've been thinking about doing stuff like that because you can actually get paid for it in college if you like tutor another student or something. But I don't think I'm really like skilled enough to do it. Like I've got fine enough grades in accounting, but I just wouldn't really want to honestly. Yeah, I mean I might if this internship doesn't work out, I want to get a job, so I might try being a student tutor. Ah, yeah, because I mean tutoring is fun and all, but well, not that it's fun per se, but it's like it's not like unenjoyable. Like I don't mind like trying to teach people or something like that, but it would help to get paid for it because again, I'm gonna put away some money for college. Yeah, for college, and I'm already in. And I've been in for 2 years. Yeah, okay. Now I'm just trying to put away some money for I gotta save up for a car, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, well, the other thing too is, I'm limited really by how far I can walk, and if I wanted to be like a tutor for like middle schoolers or something or high schoolers, it'd be a little weird. But and the other issue too is if I tried to tutor people at college, I kind of know what I'm talking about, but like I really more just focus on like getting the grade for the class, and then I know enough to where I could probably explain it like with words to somebody if I really wanted to, but I don't think it's enough to like tutor somebody with. But I'm only 18 and I'm in like my third year of college here basically. Like I'm pretty much been like the youngest person in my classes nowadays because I'm starting to get into the more advanced ones, so it's a little weird. It's just kind of cursed, like if I did that, because with being only 18, I'm gonna be sitting there telling like a 23-year-old like, okay, so to actually do accounting work and explaining like what income statements are and like how to find like cost of goods sold and all this other like fairly technical niche shit, like it just would be like just imagine having like a fucking like 14-year-old explain to you how like any game works nowadays because they're like actually good at it, or like I'd probably have like a kid coach me how to play Fortnite if I actually wanted to learn how to play Fortnite because they're getting a little bit too good, and that's cool, but WoW is cursed. But I don't know. Maybe I should try tutoring if this thing doesn't work out with this internship. It's looking like it might though, because he asked me if I wanted to do like CPA work, which is for like public accounting, and like I said yes, and then I can also do work for like pretty much any other part. 'Cause I need an internship, and I also like want to work, but nobody's actually gonna hire me if I want to go work, obviously. So gotta actually do that. But if it works out, it works out. But if it doesn't, I might try and see what it takes for me to become a tutor, because I can get paid a little bit of money, it'd be great. I kind of want to get like a VR headset. Oh, you teach sign language. That's pretty cool. ESL, that's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wonder if they do they pay you for that kind of stuff to teach ESL, or like, because I mean it's pretty cool, but I mean I have a hard time doing like work for stuff like that if I don't get paid for it, because I really don't like it when people are like, oh well, you get paid in the experience you get by working here, and it's like, well, I would like to get paid with money, so I could actually save up for a car and get a head start on my life, but because you kind of can't really eat experience, which doesn't exactly help out with a lot. But I mean, it's not like people our age ain't really gonna do anything. English is a second language. I might have been thinking of ASL, like American Sign Language. That one's my bad, but it's still pretty good though. Oh, you're in a volunteer program. Well, I mean, as long as you can get a scholarship for because like my scholarship I had to have volunteer hours for, so I volunteered at an animal shelter for a while. So if you can get a scholarship like that, that pays for a lot of your college education, that'd be really good. Although I think it's better in America. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's better for you guys to get college than it is over here. Like apparently tuition's supposedly more manageable, question mark, something like that. Because over here it's like 30,000 a year, and I have to get a lot of it covered by this really prestigious scholarship that I had to earn really hard. Like I had to get a 29 on like these national exams, which is like a 29 out of 36, and that's like apparently not very easy to do. So, and then I had to volunteer for 100 hours for a nonprofit organization, so I ended up volunteering for like a local animal shelter. Like I ended up because they're always understaffed when it comes to volunteer stuff. I volunteered doing like laundry for like a bunch of the animals and all that. So they have you like washing a ton of blankets and like things like that, and it's like it seems like it's an unimportant job until you realize how many towels and blankets they go through at any given moment to make sure they can actually like clean them properly and like give them something to play with, and there's like way too many. So it took a lot of stuff, and I was like the only person there. Even for a bachelor of science. Do you know which field you're trying to go into? Like I'm going into finance, but I wanted to do like computer science. Oh, college and university is different. We do I think they kind of make that distinction over here. Like, I'm in a university, but they have like 2-year colleges. They just don't make it as much, I think. But I'm trying to get my master's at some point, but I'll settle for. Oh yeah, you did say you were going to medical school. That's right. Sorry, that one kind of blanked out on me. But I mean, being a doctor, hopefully it pays you a lot because you're gonna need it if you want to get a house at this point. But and my keyboard's being wacky, but I'm hoping to get my finance master's when I'm like 20 or something, so I can just try and get a nice high-paying job and put away a bunch of money. Because I live like pretty modestly, so I don't really like spend a whole bunch. Like I spend a good bit on food, like at the grocery store, and I go out to eat like fast food every now and then. But I don't really go out for entertainment, and then I just, I enjoy like being at home, just taking it easy, not having to worry about much. So that saves me quite a lot of money. Because my mom kind of had a hard time because she used to have to spend a lot of money to go drink and stuff, and well, that cost her a lot of money, so didn't do her any favors. Sand. Oh, come on, man. I'm like 8 short, really. There, we got 8. That's 6. That's 8, though. Alright, that's 3 shulker boxes. I'm done. He's in school for engineering and he can't even reasonably like get like enough money for housing. Like, man, that is a serious problem, dude. Like, that's why like I don't want to have to rent for the rest of my life, but I'm just like my only good plan that I got right now. I've got 2 of them basically, and it's like either I get good at learning how to invest and I make some very good decisions, like college like educated decisions on what to invest in, like that kind of deal. I just hope to God that one works out, or I like make money like based in New York, and then I move somewhere that is in New York so I can actually get a lot more use out of my money. Yeah, school is way too expensive. But I think it was like oh shoot, it might have been it was a New Mexican university or something. They're or actually it was New Mexico as a whole is making like tuition free, like 4-year tuition is free for any resident in New Mexico, which is honestly pretty cool. And then like some initiative by like an Arizona university makes it so like you can learn and get a degree online for free anywhere in the state or anywhere in the country rather. So there are starting to be larger pushes for free education, but then like the people who are against it are like, how are we gonna pay for it? Which shut the fuck up because we already pay for our military, so you don't have to worry about that. And like they're like, oh well, I didn't get this when I was going to school, and it's like, wow, I'm not getting it while I'm going to school either, but I wouldn't want if I can hold somebody else back to go get it. So like I'm all for that kind of shit because it's important for people to be like actually like college educated because there's not exactly a way anymore to really get a job without a college education. Like, yeah, there's always going to be like cashier jobs at like 7-Eleven or something, but even those are becoming like competitive and like they still don't pay a whole bunch. But you just gotta make sure you do get a degree because you know it's a lot harder to get hired nowadays than it used to be to get a job without a degree. Like mine being in finance too, and if I pick up my CPA, so I can become like a certified public accountant. And I also, if I get my CMA to be a certified managerial accountant, I will just have, a stable job the rest of my life because they're always going to need somebody to critically think on, like, with a lot of their, like, finances and all that stuff. Like, and they're always going to need doctors too, or some people in, like, the medical field. So if you've got to be, like, a radiology technician or something like that, then hey, as long as it pays the bills. Did I fucking miss a ladder? I did not, but as long as it pays the bills and it's something you enjoy, and like, damn, that's crazy. But as long as it's something you enjoy and it pays the bills, just go for it. Because life's too short to really like start worrying about like getting some highly prestigious degree or something like that. Because I'm just trying to not end up like my mom, so I'm just trying to really buckle down and kind of get some money, get a lot of money now, so I don't have to work later. I am not looking forward to trying to work the rest of my life. So I'm just gonna try and avoid it as long as possible. We're gonna head over to the trading hall. I forgot what it was called for a second there, because we're gonna go trade for some glass. So I'll head over there, trade for some glass, and then I'll get my tools fixed up too, because I need like another like 2 shoulders of glass. But yeah, I mean, I got enough of a plan right now. Like, it's good to plan, but over planning is a problem too that I have. But I'm getting better at not like stressing too much about stuff like that. But it is still really important to make sure you've got like a rough idea of what you want to do with your life. You don't have to have it planned out to like the finest detail, but it does help to have some kind of like idea of what you want to do. Because if not, it's gonna make things a lot harder. And I'm just trying to make it easier on myself because I want to retire early. Because I'm not looking forward to trying to work the rest of my life. So I'm gonna do whatever I can to avoid that. Luckily, finance degrees are usually pretty helpful. So, and they're easy too. Like it's not even really math. It's just some like concept-based stuff, and I'm like solid at that. Like this math class that I got a 70 on the exam for, that's going to be the last math class I have to take for my bachelor's. So once I'm over this hurdle in like a month and a half, I don't have to like stress this hard ever again pretty much. And I'm very much looking forward to it. It's been stressful trying to get all this stuff figured out and, you know, it's been fine, but I don't want to keep doing this forever. I should be kind of close there. There we go. And this is where we start buying a bunch of glass. Yeah, I mean, it's like stress honestly ain't so bad as long as you have like a healthy way to deal with it and also know how to manage it. Because half of my stress just comes from like me working myself up over something that's not really like that big of a deal. Like this exam that I just took, right? Like I said I got a 70 on it, but in reality it was a 67. So it's only a 3 point difference, but it's not that big of a deal. Like, oh man, I didn't do so good this time, but I can just go try again another time. Like you've got plenty of other times to just go try it again and just do better. But all this kind of stuff with life ain't really worth stressing out over anymore because, you know, might as well just enjoy what time like left there is because everything's just kind of getting shittier with, you know, between housing and all the other like weirdos political stuff that's been happening here in the US, and it's just, you know, I gotta find something to enjoy for right now. So but as long as you get that degree, you know, you get a job that you're happy with, things start with God, I can't speak today, sorry, but you start getting things put together a lot easier. That's kind of the other issue is like you gotta have some kind of plan and then you gotta just go for it and just kind of hope for the best. And as long as you kind of got a rough idea that you know what you're doing, then you don't really got a lot to worry about. And I'm kind of sick of worrying about school. I just have to do it a little longer, and then I get like a 2 week vacation between spring and summer. But you know, once you get a degree, that's pretty much the hard part is getting the degree. And doing the work's pretty easy. Some other hobbies. I actually do play like on my Switch quite a lot. I play Splatoon 2, which is like a funny squid game. I have not played it on stream yet because I simply do not want to because I don't like the game too much anymore because it's just it ended up settling into a very horrible meta that I have no fun with and nobody has any fun with, so I just decided we're done with that. So I'm waiting for the third one to come out in a couple of months, and other hobbies I like. Well, I mean, yeah, of course I play Minecraft a lot too, and then I got Splatoon. I just play on my Switch a lot in general, and then honestly, just kind of like napping is not really a hobby, but I really do just enjoy like the simpler things and just kind of taking it easy and not having to stress out. But I actually really do like going for like nice walks, you know, because it's kind of like pretty nice and peaceful around here because we got a whole hiking trail and everything on our campus. So and it's actually I'm in Orlando and all that too, so it's like fairly scenic around here and there's a good bit of stuff to do. But honestly, there's pretty good simplicity in just taking it easy and not doing a whole bunch. So that's kind of just what I like to do a lot is just take it easy and not really have to think about a lot of stuff. And it's nighttime, I sleep. But yeah, I guess I do watch like a good bit of TV and I like binge watch some stuff. But I don't know. It's kind of weird to get like actual hobbies right now because I'm still trying to go through school and I got a bunch of other stuff I gotta work on. So pretty much my only hobby per se is like video games, but I would love to like do some kind of like woodworking or some more like building kind of stuff because I love actually like putting shit together, you know. But dang, that'd be really a curse if I just conveniently ran into some of your friends in Orlando. Like that would be very cursed. And who knows, I might have already if they're like around UCF, but I doubt it. I don't go out a whole bunch unless I'm going to the grocery store, because then I just take the day to go get ready and go to the store. Because there's not really a lot around here for me to do without a car, so I have to. I could always try taking a bus at some point, but really the public transport here is supposed to be pretty solid. I just haven't gotten around to taking it yet. I mean, yeah, I really wouldn't know, so. But it could be fun. I just got to I'm really just trying to make sure I get my degree first and foremost, because if I can get out of here when I'm gonna be 19 this June, and I'm supposed to be getting my bachelor's at the end of 2023, so I'm only gonna be 20 years old with a bachelor's in finance, and then I'm hoping to get my master's at some point, like in 2024. So your boy is gonna be 21 years old with a master's degree, and that's gonna be kind of a flex, so that'd be cool to have. Might look good on a resume, and then I can really start getting my life together. But I'm oh, I guess one of my other hobbies I've been starting to pick up is I really enjoy baking and like cooking. It's not exactly a hobby per se, because it's something you gotta do, but like I've been learning actually how to cook like different foods and like been trying different foods. I'm actually starting to enjoy spicy food, which is something I never thought I would enjoy, but you know, now that I'm getting some good spicy food, it like helps out a lot. Oh, it's been pretty good. Yeah, I mean it's like it's a good bit of initiative, you know, like it's not like having a master's is great, but the fact that I've been in college since I was 15, because I mean I've been starting this since I was 15 years old for God's sake, so that's not something anybody can just do and actually like do good with. Like like my GPA in college, like in this college specifically, is like shoot, what did they say it was? It was like 3.6 or something like that. Like it's pretty good. But like my cumulative GPA for like all of the 4 years of college I've gone through at like a community college is like a 3.4 or 3.2. So like I've been in school for 4 years and I still have like a pretty high GPA, but I tend to repeat some stuff sometimes, so sorry about that. But either way, man, like baking is like it's fun. Like it's actually enjoyable to do, and you get to eat your creation afterwards, and it tastes good. Like what the hell? Like why haven't I done that sooner? I eat a lot of junk food too, so it's usually nicer to bake it because it's cheaper and it just tastes good. So nothing to do. So here in Florida, in Funny Man, Florida, we have well, I think it's anywhere in the United States too, and it might be in Canada if you look hard enough. Dual enrollment is a thing. So basically, you get to go into a local community college, and you also get to attend high school at the same time. So you end up getting college credit because you're literally going to college and taking college level courses, but while you're still attending high school. And then, so I ended up going to do dual enrollment, full time dual enrollment. So I did 15 credit hours worth of college stuff per semester for 2 years, so 4 semesters. So I got like 50 credits of like actual college stuff, and not like AP courses, like actual legitimate college classes. So and the way I got to do that so I started when I was in 11th grade. So like when I was a junior in high school, that kind of stuff. I started when I was in 11th grade, and I got to do it full time instead of part time, because when I was in 10th grade, I may or may not did a Well, I've said I've gotten in trouble as a kid when I was like in school, and it was mainly because people just really fucking piss me off sometimes, like very very much, and I really don't like it. So what ended up happening was this kid kept like stroking my thigh and being like very creepy about it. So I may or may not have gotten a little heated, and I may or may not had hit him, and I may or may not have threatened to shoot him and kill him or something like that. Just a little minor thing. He kind of earned it, to be fair, because he was being a creep, and I asked him to stop. He wouldn't. I said, "Okay, I'm done," and that kind of happened. Now, how does that tie into dual enrollment? That is a great question. It kind of does because I have, like, here in the United States, we have like an IEP program where, like, you have an IEP, it's just like an extra kind of set of rules the school should be trying to follow to like actually like help you like do good in school and all that kind of stuff, right? And they kind of didn't follow it. They did not follow it at all, like at all, and that's kind of a very big legal problem for them because they are required to by law follow that IEP, and they just didn't. Uh, well, he earned it. I would just I get when I get like really heated like that, I just say a bunch of stuff I don't really mean. So of course nothing ever happened, obviously, but like he really shouldn't have been doing that because I asked him multiple times to quit it, and he wouldn't. But regardless of that, they have like an obligation to like fulfill like a student's IEP and all that kind of stuff, and they didn't, and that's kind of an issue because they even like lied and like they tried to say that they did, but we had proof that they didn't, and when they do something like that, that's kind of enough ground to like sue them and like get them to a lot of trouble and like get a huge like bunch of lawsuit money. So the deal was because my grades were so good in high school, and in return for never having to see me again, which I gladly accepted because I hate those people as much as they hated me, um, and in returns for never having to go there again, other than to pick up my college books, I would get to attend full time dual enrollment at the nearby community college for 2 years until I graduated. Yeah, I definitely overreacted, but I did ask him to stop, and I ran out of patience. Like, I used to run out of patience pretty easily back then. I'm a lot better now because I'm a little older, and also I don't have to deal with like, high schoolers anymore, and also, shit like that just doesn't really bother me. But like also don't take stuff that's harder just because it's harder. Like only take it if it's harder if it actually gets it done faster because like I used to do like honors and all that stuff in high school. Like honors, like I did honors algebra 2 and geometry. I did like an AP course and I didn't pass the AP course. I didn't get college credit for that because you only get college credit if you pass a specific test in that course and I didn't pass it. So it was just a complete waste of time. Um, and they didn't fucking I got into college just fine without having to flex. I did like honors classes because my GPA was still high like the whole way through, and I already had 2 years of college experience, like actual college experience, and I had a full ride scholarship that paid for 100% of my tuition. So it's just free money to whatever university accepts me. So there was no issue in terms of like paying, and I had good grades. So I could have literally went anywhere in the entire fucking state. I just chose to go like here at in Orlando at UCF because why not? I just really just why not? And I don't mind it, but I always kind of wonder what else I could have chosen. But it's honestly really not that big of a deal. I had anywhere else I could have picked, so I like it here in Orlando. Oh wow, averages at 94% or higher. Good lord. Yeah, they certainly weren't so strict over here with that kind of stuff. Is man, I got it pretty easy compared to that, but as long as you can, well, if it's for medical school, to be fair, that is kind of a different ball game. But I was originally here for computer science, but then I ended up finding out there were a couple of issues. First things first, I did not know how to do physics because they wanted me to take physics 3 at some point to get my computer science degree. And the reason I wanted computer science because I wanted to be a programmer. But then there also came up a slightly bigger problem, and it's kind of a big one that I couldn't ignore. When it comes to programming, I don't know how to code. And if you want to be a programmer, spoiler alert, you kind of have to know how to code. I didn't know how to do that at all, or very good. And I could not even do the very basics, and it took like so long to do stuff, and I couldn't even do the basics. So I was like, well, shit. So I kind of just accepted defeat, and then I just switched over to accounting and like finance, and that's okay because not like I had anything else I needed to do. I've always been good with like algebra and numbers and all that kind of shit, so I never had a lot to worry about particularly. But yeah, if you want to do programming, it is kind of important that you know how to code and program. That is kind of a big deal that you know how to do that. So if you don't know how to do that, well, that's certainly an issue, isn't it? So, but it ended up working out. I mean, I'm good at accounting. I switched over to finance because I sat down and thought, wait, if I end up not liking accounting at some point in my life and I only have an accounting degree, I'm kind of fucked, aren't I? Because it is a very boring job, but I like it when it's boring sometimes because it's stable. And also, if it's boring, then I just do other shit and just, sit there and collect a paycheck basically, which is great because it's free money. But yeah, being bored with stuff like that isn't very good for my mental health. So I have to. I switched over to finance because it's easier than accounting, and also it ends up letting me do more anyways with my life. So if I decided in the future that I didn't actually want to do accounting, I would have a finance degree instead, which means I can do anything that wants like some kind of economic degree. And then since it's a lot broader, I can do a lot more with it for companies. So no, I got more options is my point. Because you always want to have more options when it comes to stuff like that. It's very important to not lock yourself into something permanently. Because if you do want to lock yourself into something permanently, you better actually like genuinely sit down and make sure you're okay with doing that for the rest of your life. Like for yourself, not for your parents or somebody, for yourself. Because if you mess up something like that and you find out the hard way that you're not happy with what you're doing for all time, then it's just bad luck because you won't be able to fix something like that ever. That's not something you can just do. So that's why I ended up changing over to finance because I just want to make sure I don't limit myself the hard way and screw myself up that way. All right, now we're gonna test out the super smelter after I get a bunch of the sand deposited. I'm also gonna have to get a bunch of stuff, but just make sure to not limit yourself. So oh yeah, you're not bored for now, but once you get out of school and you become a doctor and all that, if you have like a lot of work you have to do and there's no other time to do other stuff, it could take a toll on you. But hey, it's your decision completely. Like you do whatever makes you happy. Because it's not like I would know personally, but like you just got to make sure you're careful and you've always got some kind of like second option just in case. Because it's better to have a second plan and not ever have to use it than it would be to like need one and not have it. Because honestly, my degree is kind of like my second option because I really do just want to like invest and just kind of get good and get lucky with that kind of stuff. But I just don't want to get kind of stuck out in the open with like not a lot of money and end up like my mom and just have like a lot harder time. We're gonna turn this on and see how this goes. Yeah. So now all this stuff is smelting, which is pretty cool. So eventually we'll be getting a ton of glass flowing in. That'll be fun. I mean, hey, as long as you got some good backups, that's all that really matters. So just do what you want to do and make sure you enjoy it. But don't like let somebody take advantage of that though either, because there's always that a piece of advice that I used to hear that was like, work with something you enjoy and you'll never have to work a day in your life, all that shit, and it's like frustrating because then they use that to like pay you no money. And you kind of have to have money to buy stuff and eat food. And good luck. Say hi to the dog. Dog very good like always. No matter who dog. Dog always good. With the glass. It's already a stack. Nice. I need more coal though. Oh, I should make some oh, I should have made that lava farm. Oh shit, I can do that now. Wait. Wait a second, I can make a lava farm. What was I thinking? Here's a stack of cauldrons. Cool. And we need one more for need one more for a stack of buckets. Okay, there we go. Cool. Here, where are the buckets? There we go. We're at a good point though now. I'm able to start farming a bunch of lava here in effect, so that should help keep this thing fueled up pretty consistently. That's 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then that's 8. There we go, that's cool. Here we go. Hey, welcome back. Now I gotta because coal is good and all, like those coal blocks, but now I'm gonna use lava because now I can actually farm lava because I got so much iron. That'll be cool. Could hopefully make things a little bit easier because I'm gonna get bottlenecked if I don't have enough fuel to actually smelt all this glass, so I had to be a little careful. Imagine having cold weather couldn't be me right now on account of living in Florida. Just both a blessing and a curse. Great because I can handle the heat, but if you can't handle the heat, tough shit because uh-oh. It certainly does not help if you can't actually be comfortable with a lot of Florida heat, but for what it's worth, it is pretty nice during the winter. Like, it's actually, like, a pretty nice, like, reasonable, like, temperature, and, you know. During the summer, though, like, if you have to live here during the summer, then you don't want to live here during the summer, because it's, like, pretty much 90 degrees Fahrenheit every day for the rest of the time. Although winter's starting to be like that now, though, too, which sucks. I mean, we only had like a couple of cold days in February, and that was it, so it was just bad. But that's alright. Yeah, I mean, it pretty much does get hot just about anywhere during the summer, which I guess is kind of the point, but I mean, even during winter, man, it's the worst. Don't you get some relief during like February, but we used to actually have winters when I was a kid, but now it's like a single week maybe if you're lucky, and that's pretty much it nowadays because climate change is real and wow, it sucks. Not enjoying it. Not particularly helpful. Plus our beaches don't even well, I grew up in like Southwest Florida, so our beaches were kind of like ass because we had a bunch of red tide problems for like a long time. I think we still do, but been a while, so I kind of don't remember. Pauldrons, we got a lot of them. You can farm lava now, which is pretty cool. Although realistically, I should just be popping over to the Nether to get it, but it don't matter. And I need dripstone anyway, so it doesn't exactly help until I get it. Oh, I've seen snow before, yeah, actually, but only once. Not in Florida, but I went up to Michigan a long time. Well, not a long time ago. I think it's been about 2 years by now. But I went up to Michigan when my mom was still dating her new boyfriend at the time and all that, and like there was snow then on like Christmas and all that kind of stuff, and it was fine. Like it's just snow at the end of the day, to be honest. So it's not that exciting. And it's cool when it's the first time you've seen it, but then it's just kind of like, well, what now? You know, and you see it once, and you're like, wow, that was snow, huh? That was pretty crazy, and then there's kind of nothing left, so just move on. There we go. Gotta put the rest of this garbage away. Cobblestone. And our metals. Here we go. Snow is fine and all, but it's not really too interesting, to be honest. Like, once you've seen it once, that's kind of it. You don't ever really need to see it again. Unless there's some, like, unholy, like, freak accident. There's, like, this huge blizzard, but... imagine having to shovel snow. I mean, I wouldn't mind, like, being around it a lot, because it's just fun to, like, kind of play in and play with, but kind of hard to do that when you don't really ever have access to it too often. But it's pretty nice though. Like I can enjoy it, you know. Is again why I kind of want to move from Florida because not ever gonna get a chance to experience it really if I keep living here. And plus, there's not really a lot left for me over here anymore, so I'm just gonna kind of just go start again. Just why not? There's probably better opportunities out there. I just gotta leave to go get them, you know. Now I need a spare shulker box. Could be in one of these. Oh wait, no, I moved into this one. I need dripstone now, and I don't think I ever picked up dripstone. Oh wait, I do know where a dripstone cave is though, technically, but it's very weird and specific. Out by that mesa biome, we had some just dripstone laying around for whatever reason. Because it was in that tiny little cave that I had to go light up, so I'm gonna go grab some of that. I don't know where an actual big cave is yet. Actually, no, I think I do, because that is the mesa out by world spawn, so I should be able to grab some in an actual cave. I'd have to go find a specific part, but yeah, I mean, I just I gotta figure this out. Oh yeah, the Lush Cave, yeah. Lush Caves are pretty cool, but now we're heading out to a dripstone cave, because I need a lot of that pointed dripstone, because you can farm lava with it and all that nowadays, so it's a great fuel source to have, because I'm gonna need it. Because I could keep using coal blocks, but I really don't want to if I can help it. Not that it's that big of a deal if I do, but it'd probably be better if I didn't. As this smelts actually more than coal blocks even, and it's, like a lot easier to renew. So we're just gonna pop over into here and we'll go grab some. I'll have to go see if there's more dripstone near my own house instead of having to come out here to get it. Although it's not that big of a deal either way. Now the mesa's out back, and I need spare firewood, so I need to put away one of these shovels. There we go. And I need to restock that. And we're gonna go ahead and go get some dripstone, and then we'll go get some lava. I need probably about a like a stack of those, and that should do it. I should also try growing some of them too, so maybe 2 stacks, like a stack for the lava, then a stack to try and grow. Interesting problem. I didn't think I would have this problem, but seems like I might if I'm not careful. I need to mark it down. I may or may not have forgotten where I put my beacon at. And that may or may not cause a slight issue in the near future. So we better actually go find that first. I think I'm kind of close to it though. I don't see how far away I could be. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Alright, nope, we're good. Oh, I think this was it. I think this was world spawn anyways. Yeah, it was. This is literally the very first part of the world I was ever at. Like, I pretty much spawned, like, right fucking here. Because this is from a very long time ago. I remember I pillared up to go get some basic coal. There was a cave somewhere in there. Yeah. Here we go. Brown, get the fuck out of here. So this was, and all this footage is like kind of gone nowadays because, you know, I ended up not being able to save it, but this is where the very fucking first, like, shit I ever took on was, so I don't unfortunately have the footage anymore, but yeah, this was, all the very first stuff I did, you know, I went down in this little cave and kind of got some of it patched up. I think there was an iron ore vein down here or something I wanted to excavate when I got some more resources, but of course, now it's completely redundant on account of, you know, me not needing iron ever again, but it was still pretty cool while it lasted. I got no reason to explore down here anymore though. But it was nice though. Yeah, that's not what we're here for. We're here for some more of that dripstone. I'm lucky I remembered that this was still here because, you know, this is pretty much the only way I'm getting it back. I am still not good at building staircases, huh? Um, oh, one other hobby too, because that just kind of came out of nowhere, but I just remembered because it's been a little while. Oh dang! Imagine having to make dinner, but yeah, I mean, I gotta make dinner too at some point. But it was nice seeing you again, Kaylee. But yeah, it's only 8:40 at night over here for me, but I should probably actually start getting ready to hop off at some point too. But before I forget, one other hobby I forgot to talk about really quickly was I played Getting Over It, but not even like for the funny. Like I actually enjoyed the game, which is a little cursed, but that's kind of what got me the rest of my patience. But yeah, enjoy cooking dinner honestly, because it is nice to be able to like cook nice meals like that. Not gonna lie, I gotta get better at cooking. Yeah, like I said, just getting over it. It's a funny game, you know. You know, you just yeah, it's getting over it. Everybody's seen Getting Over It. If not, I'll have to stream it sometime. But it's a fun. Well, I say fun. It's only fun because I actually ended up beating it, but I didn't. Oh man. But I'll have to stream that sometime. Oh shit, I need dripstone, but I gotta learn how to cook actually. Like seriously, like I can cook some stuff, but in terms of just meals, like straight up, I gotta get a little bit better at that. So yeah, that's another thing I can pick up too. Who knows? But okay, yeah, we're not gonna die really quick. There we go. But yeah, enjoy your dinner, cause I gotta go eat dinner too at some point. I am hungry. Although I already had a chicken sandwich. I had two of them, but gotta get some more food. Ah, dang. Yeah, I'll have to stream it sometime then. But yeah, thanks for joining again today, and I hope to catch you next time too. So you have a good night now. That's enough dripstone, but I want more. Actually, no, it's not enough. More spikes. Um, that's a stack and a half. I think that's okay actually. I'll get a little bit more. Who knows? I'll grab some of the blocks just to be safe, but I shouldn't need these either. I hope I don't have to lower that room too much. Yeah, once I get the okay, I had to have fallen on a spike or something, because that should not have happened. But it's important to be alert for that kind of stuff. But once I get the lava farm set up and all that kind of stuff, we're gonna probably call it for tonight, because I'm getting a little tired. Well, we got a pretty good amount of stuff done, so. But yeah, pretty much every day we're gonna have to oh shoot, what's the word? We're gonna have to, I guess, grind, honestly, for you know, just for some basic material. So we're gonna have to get like 3 to 5 like shulker boxes of terracotta and glass per day for the next couple of weeks, and then once we get that, that's when we can start building it. It's just gonna take some time for that to happen, but it is doable. It's just a little bit hard. I need to be careful. It's nighttime and I don't want a creeper to come blindside me or something, so. Now we should be coming up on our portal here in a second. Hopefully, yeah, there it is. There's World Swing. There we go. Go ahead and switch these, and we're heading back to the funny base. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not really making too much sense right now, I know, but I'm just kind of a little tired. I woke up pretty late today. I was supposed to go take my management exam, but I ended up deciding to not, because I can wait till tomorrow to take it, and I kind of wanted to go study more. I'm kind of worried about if I can get an A in this class or not. 'Cause I'd like to get an A, but I, you know, if I don't, I don't, but I really should try a little bit harder. As it's important, so yeah, that goes. But yeah, we're gonna in case you haven't seen it before, lava is now renewable because, you know, you can put a source block on top of a block with a dripstone, like pointed dripstone on it, and it drips lava slowly into a cauldron. And if you have a lot of cauldrons and a lot of those dripstone, you can farm lava pretty efficiently. So that's kind of what we're going for by doing this. Okay, if I can move that could be great. There we go. Keyboard's a little weird right now. You can see though, we got a pretty solid amount of glass and all that. That double chest should be full by the time I'm done here. Now, alright. So that's where the dripstone goes, so that's where that actually has to go for the lava. Is the pointed dripstone has to go in here. We'll make some more torches too, before I forget. And we'll like safety, like we'll make some, we'll make this a little safer at some point. That's not important to do right now. Here we go, nice and lit up. And we got our stack of dripstone here. That's a little ugly, but it'll do. I'll have to make a fire resistance potion or something for this stuff. Because I'm gonna have to be going in and out of there for a little while. How's our glass coming along? Pretty well. We've gone ahead and used up our second block of coal though, so I'm a little worried about how that's gonna turn out. Got some of that. There we go. Oh, just slap that in there for now. And then it's just a matter of just well getting lava, I guess. So I'll go ahead and do that and get a bunch of lava. Oh, we got our third box. That should be enough. Hopefully this won't really be too hard, or it shouldn't take too long either. We got a gas though, which will complicate things a little bit, but I can just go kill it. There we go. Yeah, it wasn't so bad. Now we're gonna do this. Because what's gonna happen is here we go. We almost got all of them, so just another 24 to go. Hopefully this won't really be too hard. Come on. There we go. Shift clicking wasn't working for a second there. That might be more because of my keyboard, but regardless of what it was, it's still annoying when that happens. Just one more. There we go. Cool, so we gone ahead and got all of our lava, so now all we gotta do is just head back and go place it in. And that ought to be easy enough. I could have gotten lava there. Honestly. We'll do it in like 8 at a time. Here we go. So if it says flowing lava, that means we haven't actually like put it away yet. And we seem to have missed a spot anyway, so. Oh, I kind of beat around the bush. I should have just. I'm just gonna go make the fire resistance potion, make my life a little easier. I don't actually have any extras, I don't think, so that's why I kind of held off on it. Oh, wait, no, they should all be in this chest here. Oh, I guess I did have extra. I was just being a dumbass. There we go. We'll put those away till later. There we go. That should be a little better. You're still missing some stuff though, so I didn't actually put all of them in correctly, but you can see it already starting to work really. Here we go. Alright, and then we're just on the last row here, and then we'll be done. Then I have to go actually like use some of this to put more fuel into the super smelter, because we're kind of the whole reason why we're doing this, because I don't have a whole bunch of fuel actually. There we go, we did it. Cool. We'll leave it kind of open just so that way, you know, I know where it is, so if I ever need it again. Not that I'd ever really need it again per se, but it's still nice to kind of see it. Yeah, I mean, there we go. We got our funny lava pit done. And to do one last little thing really quickly, we're gonna leave this box here with all these buckets in it. Yeah, you can see already how helpful this is gonna be. Not having to really worry about fuel, and then once it stockpiles up too, and I actually like I'm able to let it kind of fill up after this, it'll help it out just that much more, you know. And I am being a dumbass right now. Sorry about that. The last little bit we have to do is make it so we can farm more pointed. Well, we don't even have to do that today, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to. But the near future, I'm gonna have to make sure I can farm more like pointed dripstone in case I ever wanted to do more with it. So we did what we needed to for now. I mean, you can literally see all the glass getting pumped out of here and everything. Like, it's just good. Go ahead and have these stop moving, and then we'll go ahead and call it quits here for today. I am kind of tired of this, so. But yeah, we made it to day 277. We got an entire furnace already done. Got a whole thing to farm lava down there now. And we've gone ahead and started work on collecting all of our red terracotta and our glass for the funny giga base at this point. So that's worked out pretty well. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a day here for today. But yeah,